Hi everyone, welcome to Friday, 9 a.m. live with Beck from becdtransformation. So today I was sort of directed to talk about sovereignty. So what is sovereignty? There's so many definitions for it, right? I should have got my thesaurus out. It's old, it would have the right definition. Here's my interpretation of sovereignty. Sovereignty, via my interpretation, is a person who is willing to stand in their truth and stay the course regardless of the challenges. To be here, to be willing to be a light, to be willing to stand apart, and to be willing to be different, and to be willing to pursue that path that is calling them, regardless of what's going on around them. So, on that note, I shared last week about how long I've been doing this work, and I found more treasure during my declutter. So it was typed on a electronic typewriter because it's from way back 1997 or so, and it's basically a flyer that I put together. I even outlined it. We didn't have Canva back then. I outlined it in big bold texture, and I used to drop it in letterboxes, and it says, spiritually aware mums, do you feel alone at times? Would you prefer that yourself and your children mix with gentle, like-minded energies? Are your children aged 0 to 4? Would laughing, sharing, supporting others be a way for you to feel fresher, have more energy to face the demands of conscious mothering? Then this group is for you. A $1 donation is all we ask for beverages provided, or bring a plate to share, and then inquiries with my phone number. So I was running groups in my home for other mums and children because my son was young and I wanted playmates for him. And because I am who I am, I'm a sovereign being, and I came with a mission, and I've just never given up on that mission. When I was nursing, when I was the tender age of 28, I was running meditation groups at Hillcrest Hospital, which was a mental health hospital. I was a psychiatric nurse, and I was attempting to empower inpatients, because they weren't in the community then. This is before they shoved everyone into the community housing. I was attempting to teach them some skills to regulate their nervous system through meditation, and to help with the heightened states that they sometimes experienced. And so that was 1988. And so I found this little magazine in which I was termed a magnificent mum. So this is a free magazine that Ozstar was supporting, and 92.7 Mix FM was supporting and contributing finance to, and obviously advertisers as well. It was a free magazine that went to, it was a kids magazine, kids health and different things like that. So this is from issue 4, July 1997. And this is a launch of Magnificent Mums. So the heading says Magnificent Mums. We all know some magnificent mums, those ladies that do a great job, whether they're looking after the family, doing work in the community, succeeding in business, or all three. This month, we launch Magnificent Mums. We want to hear about a magnificent mum you know. The lady chosen for next issue will be awarded a family weekend at Nova Twin Waters. So, and to launch our new segment in style, we introduce a magnificent mum who's doing all three, raising a beautiful son, helping ladies relax through meditation, and building a successful business, helping other women who are just like she says she was, overweight, unhappy, tired, and who have lost faith in themselves. Please welcome our magnificent mum, Beck. Yeah, and it goes on and it's just asked me a few questions, and there's a few answers there. So that was 1997. So even as a single mum, I was running meditation groups to support other women. And I was just asking for $1 to cover the tea and coffee I provided. So all through the years, I've done a lot of free work. Haven't charged, haven't monetized it. As a friend once said to me, you do so much work, Beck, that you don't monetize. And that's so true. Then in 2015, June 2015, Profile magazine hit me up. It's another free one, to do a story on the organic garden, which was only just the beginning back then of my garden. I've got this tiny bit of turmeric in my hands, and now my whole fence is covered in turmeric. So I've been doing this work trying to educate people for a very long time. I had a little Facebook page called My Garden to Yours. I've even got this little sticker there. I had a website where I was trying to teach people to grow their own food, and that was 2015. So almost 10 years ago. 10 years ago. I've been doing this work a long time, and what that leads me to is, if you do not, that's probably going to be backwards, but if you do not make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illness. And in nursing, I saw that all the time. And I see that here, not so much because obviously people come to me because they're ready to make time for their wellness. So the last live I did last week was all about health is going to separate people this year. So we are moving into an age where the poisons are getting more. We can't avoid them. And the people that are going to make it through are going to be the robust people who make time for their health. Those who are out for a free something, energy must be exchanged. There must be an energy exchange. So the time of take is coming to an end. We are community-based. We're driven for community, and in order to be in community, there must be energy exchange. So for folks that are out to just take, hello, I can see somebody there, but I can't see any names. So we're moving into a time when strength is going to be really, really important, and staying the course. Like I just shared, I've been doing this work a heck of a long time, decades, 36 years since I got my Reiki training. And I've stayed the course. I haven't monetized all of it. I do a lot of it for free, as you would know. I provide 4 social media channels with information, and I have a YouTube channel where I obviously edit stuff and put up as well for education purposes, to empower people to stand in their sovereignty, to empower people to take back the responsibility for their health and regulating their nervous system. And the best 2 ways that I've found to regulate a nervous system, well, 3 ways actually. Access bars, you can't beat anything to regulate your nervous system like you can access bars, because access bars takes the brain waves from that high thinking beta state of think all the time, busy mind, to a lower beta state, into an alpha state, which is your pictures and your imagination and your colors and your visions, into a theta state, which is your twilight state of asleep but not asleep, awake but not awake. And then some people go the deepest brainwave state, which is the delta, the deep sleep. And what happens is our body actually starts to repair in delta, in the deep sleep phase. The cells start to replace themselves at a better rate, and the body starts to repair. So anyone who has trouble sleeping will find that their health will be worse, because they're not getting that restful sleep for the body to have time to repair. So there's nothing better for sleep than ASEA. I have a beautiful meditation attendee who's having the most amazing healing coming here, and she's really starting to regulate her nervous system. And 2 weeks ago she started on the ASEA supplement and the Renew gel. And what's happened for her in just 2 weeks is she's sleeping better, she's got her energy back, and her body's starting to heal. And then coming here for the meditation, she says the last 3 weeks, the next morning, she has totally slept through her alarm, which shows me that her nervous system is really starting to regulate, because when she first came, she wasn't sleeping through the night. She was waking, and she was sort of in that twilight state because she lives alone and she was always concerned for her safety. Well, that's root chakra stuff. When we don't feel safe and we can't sleep, it's root chakra stuff. So she's starting to heal her root chakra, which is really, really exciting, because she's now able to sleep through the night, not waking anymore. And we're regulating her nervous system. We're bringing her into those beautiful deep state, that deep delta state, and her body's starting to repair. And of course, she's taking the supplement as well to help with the physicality of that, the redox molecules that our body makes, but they make less and less of because of all the poisons in the air, because as we age, the food that we eat, and also the habits of just going and never stopping, never being still enough to give that body, to connect with our bodies and to repair our bodies. So there are lots of resources that people can use to start to really look at health. The body is the last place that the symptoms show up. Everything starts in the mind and the emotions. And these books have been here for a long time, since the 80s. I've been helping people with these books since 1992. The first person I helped had a terminal brain tumor, and I used to make up little cassette tapes, that's how long ago it was, and give her little meditations. And I was a community nurse, and I was sharing books and cassettes with her about the metaphysics of dis-ease and how her body would respond to her thoughts, her feelings, and her emotions. And I was so blessed because 6 months down the track, I was at a lecture by Ian Gawler, who healed himself of bone cancer. And she was there, fully healed. Hair had grown back. When I was looking after her and going into her, she was in a wheelchair. She had right-sided paralysis. All of that was gone. She was walking perfectly normally, and she was working with cancer patients herself, helping them. So that ripple effect, me helping her, then took her to help others. And it took her time. It took her strength. It took her sovereignty to go against the grain, because that was the early days, and really early days when none of the information that's available now was around. The internet wasn't around. You had to actually get out. You had to actually read books. And yeah, it was a lot harder to get information. And so for those of us that chased down that information, that were willing to do the work and initiate these kinds of changes in our lives, we've lived on to see miracles happen. I've seen lots of miracles happen over the years of people healing themselves and choosing a different life, changing their lives, being willing to do the work, being willing to stay the course, stay the long haul. Natural healing takes time. We were having that discussion actually before we started meditation yesterday, how natural healing takes time, because guess what? It took a lot of time for you to get sick in the first place. You probably didn't even notice it. All the subtle little warning signs. It's not till it hits the body that we start to wake up. And so it takes us decades sometimes to actually get sick, to actually have that back pain show up, to actually have that enormous amount of weight that we're carrying that's putting so much pressure on our body, on our back. And we want to fix it straight away. I hear that a lot. People want one treatment and they want it gone. Well, guess what? It didn't take one thought or one emotion to create it. It took many, over decades to create it. So if it takes 8 weeks, like it did for Nadia, to relieve 30 years of knee pain, is it worth it? 8 weeks compared to 30 years of pain and discomfort. You weigh it up. For me, it's worth it. For me, it's worth spending money on my health, because health is the new wealth, and it's going to separate people this winter. And the ladies were saying when they were looking at me yesterday, how white my eyes are, how bright I look, how much energy I seem to exude. That's because we've forgotten what health looks like. We've forgotten. We've been a sick nation for so long. We're lacking energy, we're lacking focus, and we're so used to it. And so when someone has that vibrancy, when someone has that alertness, when someone has that presence, it's very easy to say that's not possible for me, but that's our natural state. Our natural state is to be healthy. And so unfortunately, due to the poisons in the air, the water, the food, we have to work at being healthy. In a more natural world, we wouldn't have to work so hard. Our food would be pure, our air would be pure, our water would be pure. So unfortunately, because the odds are stacked against us, the odds are stacked against us standing in our truth, standing in our sovereignty and claiming our health, we have to work for it. Which means we need a water filter, a decent water filter. I have 2 filters on my water. One goes through a regular filter, so that gets all out your giardia, it gets out all your silt and all your a lot of impurities, but it doesn't get out the chlorine, it doesn't get out the fluoride. So I double filter again for my clients and for myself. Everything here is filtered twice, and so it goes through charcoal, it goes through kaolin clay, praline beads, which puts the alkalinity back in it, has minerals that go back into it. The water that I drink, people taste it. They come here and they just literally pause, because it tastes like real water. And I have crystals in it. I have rose quartz in it. I have quartz crystal in it. And I have a copper lead in it. So we have to work, unfortunately, that's where I was. We have to work at actually being healthy, at actually claiming back our health, which means we have to be willing to invest time and money, because it was time and money that made us sick. Money spent on the wrong foods, money spent on packet foods, money spent eating out, money spent, drinking to excess. Everyone has something different that they do that isn't working for them. Each individual has to really identify what's not working and what needs to change in order to create this vibrancy, in order to create this health, where you have the energy, where you have the mental clarity. And as I was saying, the access bars is such a great way and a very quick way to reset the nervous system, to bring you into those lower brainwave states where your body can actually start to heal and repair itself, to bring you into that beautiful delta state, to improve your sleep at night. The other 2 ways are meditation and breath work. So I've done all 3, and as I shared at the beginning of this video, I've been running meditation for 36 years, and I've seen amazing healing during that 36 years. I've seen people just reset themselves and choose so wisely from that point on. And earlier in the video, I was sharing about the 2 ladies that were discussing the ASEA. They were early, we had time to chat, and they were reflecting back to me how vibrant I look. And so vibrancy and health has a look about it. It actually has a look about it. And we've forgotten here in Australia what it is to be really super healthy, really robust and really strong. And so getting back to having to pay, these 3 books I was sharing. So Louise has been around for a very long time. I have these books in my clinic. I make them available for people because we need to understand the emotion behind what's making us ill. And of course, Ina Segal is our own beautiful lady, and her book has a bit more depth, but of course she follows decades after Louise. So when we understand the emotional component of dis-ease and how long it has taken to appear in our physical body, and the time that it's going to take to actually undo it, then we understand the sovereignty that goes with it, the staying the course that goes with it, the commitment that goes with it, because the body is built to heal. The body is actually built to repair. We don't get taught any of this. The building blocks in the body are amazing if you study the body like I have. the way the body repairs is amazing. So we have all this beautiful local stuff available. And I was sharing last week about AGM Foods, based in Brisbane, 40 years established in the probiotic industry, 40 years of research, family owned, small business, relatively small, not as small as mine, but relatively small still. They do beautiful smoothie powders. They do probiotic green powder, super greens they call it. It's changed its name. It was Super Spirulina. This is not a bottle, it's just a display. So it has spirulina in it. Pardon me, it has Daniela in it. It has probiotics. All their products have probiotics. They even do protein bars with probiotics. So you can order online. I put the link in under the live last week. I actually literally had someone type out to me. It would have taken her longer to type the sentence than it would have to click the link, find the ingredients. She typed out, "Is this gluten-free?" I'm like, click the link, read the ingredients. That's how lazy people have become. That's why this nation is so unhealthy. That's why everyone's going to suffer this winter, because they cannot be bothered looking for information to keep them well. Just my 2 cents. The other thing I also would recommend is Monday Medicine Man. Oh, I didn't bring his knack. Anyway, I've been taking his products for quite a while. So vitamin C I shared last week is a water-soluble vitamin. It's not fat-soluble, so our bodies don't store it. We have to take it every day. It's an antioxidant, as is ASEA, which has got glutathione in it. Our bodies make glutathione, they make redox molecules, but because of all the poisons in the air, as I was saying, we don't make enough. But when you take this, I've been taking it for 4 years, I heal immediately now. Mondays are my barefoot in the garden days, and I'm constantly cutting and bruising myself. I knocked my head the other day and it healed immediately. So what this does is reset the body to when you were a kid. The cellular communication instantly communicates and repairs. The other 2 products that are really great from the Monday Medicine Man is Bitter Cleanse. That's really good for the liver. And then you've got Pinus Protectus Tea. So that's really good for the spike protein we dare not talk about. And so when our liver's working efficiently, when our liver's cleansed, when we do a regular detox, when we fast often, our bodies become nice and clean. The fatty liver syndrome starts to go, and our liver's the largest organ. It also regenerates. So our body's cells replace themselves all the time, and so we can literally reverse age. We can hack our biometric age by cleansing, by detoxing, by resetting our liver, resetting our bodies. And so another great one is the Bioceuticals range, which is iodine drops. Very good for radiation coming from the... Can't say it, I'll get banned. So there's all these products that are natural, that are clean, that will keep you healthy. And really, sovereignty is about reclaiming your right to health, reclaiming your right to stand in your truth. And the other component of that is you can't be lazy and be sovereign. You have to actually be willing to click a link or do some research or take the products, order the products, keep your body clean, grow your own food. You have to be willing to do all this stuff in order to restore and actually repair. And then also invest your time, your energy, your money in helping yourself sleep better, regulating your nervous system, and getting your body on track so that when you're in that beautiful delta state, and if you don't go into delta, it's a sign that your nervous system's really out of balance if you're not sleeping well. I know, I suffered for insomnia for 30 years. I had such a bad worry habit, such an unregulated nervous system, even though I used to meditate. That's what I was going to do. Yeah, so I was talking about when I was running these groups, one of the questions was, how do you relax and make time for yourself? And this is 1997. So my answer was I meditate each day for an hour when my son is at preschool, and I teach meditation here in my home, and that helps keep me balanced. on the days I work, I get up at 4 a.m. and I meditate for an hour while he's still asleep. So this stuff takes time, it takes discipline, it takes time. Meditation, breath work, access bars has a cumulative process. It helps rebuild the nervous system over a period of time. As I was saying, nothing is immediate. You didn't get sick overnight. It took you decades to get sick, decades of ways of thinking, ways of feeling, neglecting your body, perhaps eating the wrong things, perhaps drinking the wrong things, perhaps, it takes us time to get sick, so it takes us time to get well. But the wellness that we experience through natural methods is permanent. When you build new neural pathways with the access bars, when you build new neural pathways by regulating your nervous system, they are permanent healing. You never go back to who you were before unless you go back to the habits that brought you to where you are. So I have meandered a bit with this one, but it just came as it came. So thank you to those who tuned in, and do me a favor, guys. I know it's a huge effort to give something a thumbs up, but it just helps us who are providing free content and education for you. It would be great to get a few thumbs up when you see this. Just, start giving back. It would be really nice to live in a world where people were willing to give back. I'm just really noticing the shift in people, the take, and it's blowing my mind that nobody's willing to give back the slightest little thing, but they want people to make time for them. So remember, we're frequency, energy, and vibration. So just an observation. Just anyway, that's enough. Have a great day. Mwah! Sending you lots of love, and maintain your sovereignty, stand in your truth, and find a way to restore your body, mind, and spirit, because it's all possible, it's all doable. I see it every day for people that are choosing it, and it's really exciting bringing women together, especially, who all are like-minded and on this healing journey and making time for themselves. It's been really, I feel really honoured. I feel really emotional, actually. And then, of course, there's the other side where people just won't even click a link, or it's interesting. So anyway, have a great day. Bye for now.